So today we are going to be harvesting from the garden. It is about the second week of August and I'm in Northeast Ohio, zone 6B, and I have a small backyard garden and we do a lot of like vertical growing to take advantage of all the small space, and I can show you that next. But first we're going to start over here where we have some red tomatoes and some tomatoes that are blushing. So let's get them harvested. That's not bad. Looks good, looks good. Oh, look at that one. This one, some little animals started to eat. So we're gonna give that to the chickens. Okay, I think that's all the blush ones for now, but we have so many green tomatoes on this plant. As soon as these turn red, we're gonna have a lot. So you can see here we have this large trellis, and down here we have raised beds. And the reason we did that was actually to raise everything up so that it would get even more sun, because there's a massive pine tree in the front of our yard, which is our neighbor's, so we can't do anything about it. But we just thought, let's give our plants the best opportunity, give them the most sun possible. So, and because we have a small yard, we do a lot of vertical gardening, and then we're able to take advantage of all this extra space that I wouldn't be able to on the ground. So I love that. Here I have a ton of cucumbers. I have like four. I have like 4 cucumbers that we need to harvest today. So we're gonna do that next. And then also back here I have a Tbsp squash growing, and this is the second plant. I have another one over there, and they're growing really well. Like, they're growing so well. But I still have a few zucchini in the house that we haven't eaten yet. So I think I'm gonna leave these on here until we need them. But my plan ultimately is to let them harden on the vine so that I can store them and then we can eat them like over the winter, because I think that's just really cool. Ooh, spider. Okay, I don't love that. That's a nice one. Ooh, that's a nice one too. And let's see here. Did you see this one? Look at him stuck up in the corner. Not bad so far. I have a bunch of carrots growing in here, and we are going to pull some of them today, the ones that look like they are ready to be pulled. And online it says about the size of a quarter on the top. And also somebody said that it's easier if you like push them down before you pull them. So let's try that together and see what happens. Okay, that is funny, but that's nice. It's meaty. It's a meaty carrot. Oh, okay, that didn't work. That one got stuck. Isn't that terrible? Oh. I'm gonna pull these greens to give them to the chickens. All right, I have one pepper over here, and the person online said you push up, and this just does not want to come off. So we're gonna leave it a little bit longer and see what happens. I got some more peppers growing there, and then we are after these yellow tomatoes. It's a big one. This one doesn't seem like he wants, oh, okay. Why are we being noisy? Okay, our last tomato picking for this, this harvest is going to be all these little sun gold tomatoes. And a few of these have splits in them, but we are going to bring them in and get the seeds out of them. So at least I can use them. You were wondering like what that was, the string. I did the same thing over here, and I have green beans growing up it. So you can kind of see that. And then we have like a trellis over here we just attached with these green stakes. And I had beans growing here. Look, now weeds are growing, but they kind of got shaded out. So I actually planted some more recently. So for fall, hopefully we get another bean harvest. And these are looking good. Hopefully they'll flower soon. And the tomato and the trombosino squash. Here I have some jalapenos, and I really wanted them to turn red, but I think we're gonna have to pull them soon. I really want to try and make sriracha this year. I tried in the past and I think I just like did it wrong. So I'm like, this year I'm gonna grow peppers on purpose to make sriracha. Our next harvest is going to be rhubarb because this thing needs to be trimmed. It is just massive. That's not what we want to see. So let's take out some of this, and I'm gonna make like a rhubarb coffee cake with it. I only need 2 cups, so that's probably more than enough. I'll be extra rhubarby. And just making sure, oh, this one broke. Alright, sticky. See if there's any more. Okay, I think that's good. I think that helped. At least the corn will get some more sun this way. Alright, here we have some rosemary growing. Doing very well. I love rosemary. I think it might be my favorite herb to at least cook with. Smells so good. Okay, so that got a nice trim. And this looks like it broke. Let's fix this really quick. Look at this. Yeah, that just broke. All right, we're gonna flip it over. stake it. Okay, put that back down. Okay, and then here we have some thyme, garden thyme, and we will dehydrate that. Look at this basket. And our last thing is this basil. In order to empty this basket, because the herbs are at the top, I need to empty this dehydrator. Last time I used it, I did not empty it like I should have. Everything is still dry. I was kind of checking on stuff like in between to make sure it was getting damp. It looks fine. So here we have thyme, and this is parsley. Cute. I have a ton of oregano. So I usually try to do the thyme, since it has smaller leaves, on the plastic boards, trays. Out of space. Yes. Okay, time we're gonna do 4 hours. Temperature. Alright, we're gonna do 4 hours at 105 to start. Alright, so I bought this big box on Amazon. Savvy tomato twine, it says, and it works really well. I'll link it in the info box. It's massive. This is my second garden year with it, and I still have a ton left. So it's been working really well. However, when you lose the end, it's not great. Same thing. Okay, you have the loop, and then you put your fingers through the loop, and then you kind of flip it over. Grab onto that and pull through, and that makes your little slip knot. And then you can grab one of the little legs of your rosemary, this one as well. Perfect. The cool thing about this is the weight of it. As it dries, it kind of shrinks, and the knot also kind of tightens to it. So it's really simple method, and I have a bunch over here hanging. So let me show you that. We've got a little dog snoozing, but this is right above his area. Ignore my garlic. Okay, so this is where we are going to hang this. On rosemary. I like to, for the dehydrator, I like to do the small things. Oregano, thyme, parsley I usually do because it's like flaky. You could also though just hang them up because I've just hung them in the past and that works as well. So don't feel like you have to get an expensive dehydrator. Like, you don't. This works fine. All right, let's do the basil. The basil I definitely try and do more clumps of because it is so big. I don't want, like, I want to make sure there's airflow. Same loop knot. That one's barely anything, so that one's easy. And then I try to like put it through the loop in between leaves so that it has some leaves to like hang on to. That makes sense? Let's do one more. And we're gonna do it upside down. There we go. So I found this recipe, rhubarb coffee cake, actually on Pinterest. So this is what we are going to try with the rhubarb. Vanilla, we're doing 1 teaspoon. This also says 2 cups of finely chopped rhubarb. Finely chopped, but I kind of like a little chunky rhubarb, so we're gonna leave it a little chunky. All right, so pour into greased 9 by 13. Did not realize this was gonna be 9 by 13. Isn't that a good looking batter? Smells good. It smells like butter. All right, let's put that in the sink. That looks good. That looks pretty crumbly. Okay, so sprinkle over the top. Cool. All right, let's put this in the oven. 30 to 40 minutes. This rhubarb coffee cake just came out and it looks amazing and it smells delicious. The house smells so good right now. So I am excited to try this once it cools off. Other than that, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, hanging out in the garden and getting some work done around here. I appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a good afternoon, good night, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.